A bit later than expected. I had all sorts of stream problems, sorry guys. Just going to tweet out the old links. So yeah, as you can see, I've started the design already to a point. Hey guys, how are you all? Thanks for joining. I had all sorts of problems trying to stream this today, so I'm just getting everything I need. Yeah, I've gone for Carlos. The last one I did Lando's race number. I've got on both. Maybe we'll do a vote instead. So I just need to finish off a few stickers. I need to find a picture of the McLaren MCL35 because I'm not very well prepared. Sorry. I think it's because I changed my account on YouTube and got into all sorts of difficulty trying to actually start a live stream again, so bad times. Also, it's amazing when you look at a car for the first time and there's so many things you don't notice. So many sponsors that I've never seen before. Very bizarre. Hey Spoopy. Freddie, I don't know, I was hoping to do, oh well, I'm going for orange, oh the chrome and red from the Vodafone era if you like. However, this kind of stream is very much going to be a way for me to do my McLaren redesign. I've actually done all the F1 teams as a redesign now, and the McLaren one is the only one that I've not done. So I'm not necessarily going to use this as the McLaren redesign, but it does kill two birds with one stone, and I can get all the logos on there. And then if I fancy changing it later, which I probably will because I'm so indecisive over liveries. I've already changed the, I don't know if anyone saw, but I did a white edition of the Red Bull, and I've done that. I've redesigned that already because I was going back through my redesigns and I was hoping at some point to try and do like a full grid picture or something, and I didn't want them all to be kind of monochrome, which obviously they look really cool, but for a whole grid I don't really want to don't want a boring grid of just the same cars again and again. Surprised at how many sponsors McLaren have actually. I'm hoping to kind of keep the sponsors from the McLaren without changing it too much. I did think about doing what if Vodafone what if Vodafone were sponsoring McLaren again. However, to keep the realism, which I love to do, I've decided to do that. What are you doodling today, Spoopy? I love how you said that. Of course you are. Wouldn't expect anything less. Okay, right. Luckily, I managed to get the Chrome unlocked on Gran Turismo. So it's rather cute. As you can see, I go on Paint. I went on the other day and downloaded every single paint there was for free in the mileage point. There's some very cool ones. Look at that. It's like a shiny silver. There's the chrome. Already looks very looks a lot like that era. I think it would look quite cool chrome and orange actually. So what we'll do is we'll do the chrome and red replica, but then I might mess about with the colours as well. It's the Super Formula car, yeah. Sadly, yeah. I've said it so many times, but you cannot paint the F1 car. So annoying. I have got my PC set up, so I'm hoping at some point I can have a go at doing PC liveries on actual F1 cars, which would be nice. However, I guess the disadvantage of that is that people like these streams and like the time-lapse videos that I've been posting, you don't get the same effect as just kind of creating something on Photoshop. It's not very visual, if you like, if that makes sense. Also, it's a bit late now. If people can let me know on the streams if they prefer, when I'm doing these redesigns, if they prefer when I have the logos already on, or would you prefer to see it from scratch? So I appreciate that the pretty colours are a lot nicer than the kind of stickering up of the car, if you like, but each their own. Some people might like that side to it, seeing it all come together from scratch. Right, what is that sponsor on the rear wing? Dark Trace. I'm glad people like the kind of chilled stream. Definitely more my thing, not not shouting around like crazy. It's not my not really me. So I'm glad people enjoy this. And yeah, happy just to chat along with you guys, see how you all are. How is everyone in lockdown? I assume everyone's still on lockdown. I've kind of I really don't watch the news much anymore, it's pretty bad, but yeah, it's just too depressing. Just noticed that I put the McLaren logo on the halo on the last one. It's not actually on the proper McLaren, but I think it looks quite good. So I'm gonna keep it. Shouting around in the kitchen, yeah. Yeah, I'll leave that to the experts. The expert of running around shouting in the kitchen. Not my bag. I haven't even looked at the camera actually. Not even in the picture. So is anyone playing any games at the moment? What kind of what's everyone been up to? So I'm not gonna lie, everyone's like losing their mind and desperate to do stuff. I've found myself too busy, almost like there's never enough time in the day for me to do everything I want. Like I want to do these liveries, I want to play some iRacing, I want to sort stuff around the house. Yeah. It's a shame, like, it's awful because the situation is horrific, and it's obviously extremely serious. But yeah, definitely agree. I'm more of an indoor person. It's like now I get to stay at home with Frank all day and get to do all this stuff, and I'm finding myself being more productive at work. Some people seem to like they literally cannot do it at all. They lose their minds and don't understand how you can work from home. Maybe it's because I used to work. I freelanced before I was full time at WTF1. I did freelance work, so I spent a good 3 years of my life just at home all the time. hey, whatever floats your boat, Real Racing 3 is actually quite good. I used to play that a fair bit actually. It's very good for like a mobile game. Yeah, I've just started iRacing. I'm currently sorting. I need to sort my pedals out because I'm not getting on too well with the, I think it's called the load cell pedal. Maybe because I'm a bit more of a kind of amateur sim racer. Well, very, very amateur sim racer, and I found that I'm just not getting on with having to hammer the brake down massively. Gran Turismo does have a mind of its own sometimes with these. I'm just going to actually switch it back to white, because it's very hard to paint. It's very hard to paint black on chrome because I can see already that I've missed a spot there. Hey David, nice to see some familiar, I'll say faces, names. Was kind of unsure about carrying on doing these streams, so I'm glad. I had a bit of a moment where I was like, should I even bother? So I'm glad people have turned up again. Yeah, I'm really hoping to finish all my 2020 redesigns soon, which would be rather sweet. Where do I get the decals from? I download them from Discover. It takes a while. You have to go through quite a few pages and stuff sometimes, but you do have to persevere because it's very easy just to, you know, download the first thing you see. That often is not a good idea because my days, some people upload some absolutely terrible logos where they're clearly not right. So you have to go through and make sure you're kind of, you know what you're doing, and you make sure you get the right ones, because it's very easy to download some utter garbage. I feel like Red Bull is the worst for that on every game. Remember when I used to play Forza, People love to upload a Red Bull logo that's completely and utterly wrong. So yeah, what? There's a good question. Favorite McLaren livery? Everyone writes it in the comments. What's your favourite? And then I will let you know what. Whether you're right or wrong. No, I'm joking. Whether I agree or not. Because everyone's allowed an opinion. No one's wrong. Unless you pick the 2014 McLaren. Then you're wrong. Last year's, yes. Correct answer. To be honest, right. So one of the reasons why I've decided to do this kind of chrome and red livery, I never appreciated how good the Vodafone McLaren was until I look back on it now. I was always in that kind of, oh, they should be orange. Unsurprisingly, obviously orange, if you don't know, is my favourite colour. You can probably tell from the WTF1 social media and how everything looks on that. But yeah, I never appreciated how kind of awesome that livery looked. I was very much a kind of like, oh, it's a bit, I don't know, not that it's boring, but I always wanted them to go for the orange. So now I look back on it, I'm like, that is just very cool with the chrome. It's an awesome looking car. So I'm not completely ripping off the Vodafone livery. I'm kind of doing my own take on it a little bit. Is the Vodafone sponsorship coming back? I mean, for the purpose of this livery, no, I don't think it's coming back. I'm not going to put it on this livery just because I want to keep it authentic. So I'm going to keep the. I know it's a bit of a lame slogan, isn't it? It's the British American tobacco, I believe. MP421 testing livery. What? You're gonna have to remind me, Laura, which one that is. 21. 2006? Is that the orange 2006 one? I'm really bad at when it comes to kind of chassis names and stuff. Yeah, 2006, that was cool. They went back for the orange, didn't they? Because they did the papaya in 97 as well. They kind of teased that and said, oh look, we're doing a when they kind of got rid of the Marlboro branding and did the West one, they did a test livery again with the bright orange. And I remember thinking that looked really cool, and then obviously they changed it to the West sponsorship, which is a cool livery. I think it's one of those ones where it's so hard to know whether liveries are good or just nostalgic, if you know what I mean. Don't know if people agree, but it's very easy to think like, I mean, look at the Marlboro McLaren. It's not exactly the greatest bit of design in the world, is it? But it looks really cool because I guess it's iconic and nostalgic. Oh, poor David Coulthard. But yeah, he did definitely get he very much had a rivalry with Schumacher, didn't he? I don't feel like Coulthard liked Schumacher very much. And there's a famous race, I think it's France, I can't remember what year in France, but there's a race where David Coulthard is giving Schumi the finger. If anyone's seen that clip, it's very funny. Yeah, Schumacher cut a lot of people off. You can tell when you're watching a Schumacher era race because he starts on pole and then he used to just drive to the opposite end of the pit garage. I've actually just finished watching the 97 season on F1 TV, so I went through and watched all the highlights. And all the full races as well. So it's kind of cool in white actually, but I'm not doing another white livery because, like I keep saying, it's very hard to, because I've been designing the full grid, there's a lot of similar colours. But in motorsport in general, it's like the WC had that problem, didn't they, where every single car was at one point was red, white and black. It's just kind of almost like every car manufacturer has that colour, don't they? realise I'm missing a sponsor. I've actually downloaded all the West graphics as well, because at some point I'd like to do a West livery. I was hoping to, I'd quite like to do an LMP1 car from the kind of 90s, but I was going through Gran Turismo, and annoyingly there's not really many from the late 90s. It's either early 90s or late 2000s. Okay, I've lost this sponsor. Here we are. Yeah, I agree, Laurie. We need some more kind of bold colours in the sport. Although, that being said, I was watching. Did anyone watch the 2008 British Grand Prix that they showed on the F1 channel? I was going back through and looking at the liveries from that era, and they're pretty cool. There's some good stuff on there, but every single car is white or kind of monotone. Whereas now, I think now you've got some of the best liveries in a very long time, because let me think. So you've got the Racing Point's obviously bright pink, the McLaren's really bright. It would be nice. The Renault's my favourite as a standalone livery, but if you look at it on the grid, it would be nice if there was more yellow. Don't know if you agree. Just so it's a kind of unique colour. Right, now if I bring the chrome back now, it should look a bit more. It looks very a lot like a replica. Yeah, this livery, I feel like I never really appreciated it at the time, but so many people that I've spoken to recently, I was surprised at how many people said that it's kind of the Vodafone McLaren is like their favourite livery ever. Which I guess, if you grew up watching Formula 1 from a certain era, then I can totally understand why. Yeah, I can understand if you started watching F1 in that era, that livery would definitely stand out. It is a very so unique as well, and with all the kind of now every team unsurprisingly uses the matte finish, so I think it's very unlikely that we'd ever see anything like that again. Yeah, great. The Red Bull's iconic. I love the Red Bull. It's one of my favourites. David, my favourite Red Bull. Ooh. I think the modern Red Bull is pretty much perfect. I really like how they've. I think the matte finish works really well because it just glows. The kind of Red Bulls that they put in yellow just makes it look pretty insane. Yeah, it's weird, wasn't it, when they did the purple Infinity one? It was very strange looking card, but it looked pretty cool, I thought. So, well, this is pretty much, I mean, it's pretty much done in terms of looking like a Vodafone McLaren. Did have the idea of maybe just adding some about with it a little bit. The Brawn is a livery I really want to do at some point. If people are interested, I'd like to do a Brawn, a redesign of the Brawn, and also, not just that, I'd like to do an 80s Brawn as well. I think that would look quite cool with the 80s F1 car that's in this. Let me know what you think to this. I'm just messing about, trying to make it a little bit different, so it's not just exactly the same as all the others. Is anyone a big enough nerd to know what that shape is from? Oh, just realised I'm doing it wrong. Oh, I was just about to say, who can guess what it's from? It literally said, oh no, you can't see it. Or can you? Yes, you can see it on the screen. My thing's delayed. It's Max Verstappen's helmet design. It looks quite cool there. Kind of works as like a cool little pattern. Yeah, I could use regular. I could just use the ones in Gran Turismo. There's some nice ones actually in Gran Turismo. I don't know why I've decided to do it this way, but so if people have any ideas for what they want to see on a future stream, do let me know. I have got loads of ideas, so I don't think I'm going to run out anytime soon, which is good. But I'm always open to suggestions as well, because I like to get people involved and know what you want to see. So when I finish this as well, would anyone be interested in seeing what it looks like with like kind of switching the colours around a bit? Because we've got a nice kind of base layer here, if you like, which means now it would be very easy to mess about with it. So what I'll do is finish this off, which is nearly done anyway. I'll save it up, and then we'll have just a little mess about with different colours, because that might be quite fun just to. And then how about, so you guys can get involved as well, I'll ask in the comments and you can let me know what you think, and also suggest different colourways. I think this is done, you know, guys. I don't really know what else to add. I don't want to overcomplicate it either. Add a black tip to the nose actually. It's amazing how well this colour wave actually works with the livery, because it's very much a mashup of the two, isn't it? It still looks like the McLaren from this year, but like I say, with that Vodafone thing. Here we go. Just a thought. Oh no. What do we think as our first kind of McLaren? Something I've spotted that I don't like. Hang on. Just not a fan of how that. There we go. Just wasn't a fan of how the dell didn't sit very nicely. Get better. Oh, and just a little finishing touch, because it just makes it look more realistic actually. I think, yep. Is that literally on both sides, or this is a really dumb question, I don't actually know. Nice, I'm liking that rather a lot actually. Okay, modern twist on a classic, a bit like the Renault. If you've seen that, if you haven't seen it, go have a gander. Because I put it on the the channel. Cool. Okay. Right. While I save this, I need the toilet. And when I get back, I want to see some comments asking for colour waves so we can have a go at just switching the colours out. So maybe swap the chrome for white and the red for orange or whatever. Let me know, write it, and then when I get back we'll have a go at changing some stuff. Right. Let's have a look. What? Right. Okay. What have we got? You said what? Chrome blue and papaya. Wow, that's quite a. I don't know if I've got chrome blue, but I'll have a look. Let me see what would be the easiest thing. Okay. Right. There is the MCL35 Livery as a Vodafone McLaren. Now we're going to switch it up. So I will do orange instead of red first, because that's an easy one to switch. Da-da-da. Oh, hang on. I've got the McLaren orange, I think. So what I'm going to do is paint the body. Oh wow, look at that. That looks pretty cool. Paint the body McLaren orange. That's not McLaren orange. And then I'll pipette it, and then I've got that orange for future use. Lava orange, that's quite bright. There you go, the McLaren orange is kind of, it's almost yellow, isn't it? It's very cool though. I like it a lot. So just excuse the whole car looking orange at the moment. Just going to try. I'm terrible at pipetting colours, so please excuse me while you guys wait far too long for me to actually get something that looks similar. So far off. Okay. That'll do. So let me just swap this out and then we'll go back to What did we say? Chrome and orange. If you're just joining and you've seen that the title is Chrome McLaren, I'm wondering what the hell is going on. We're just changing the colours up. Would be better in black actually, wouldn't it? Nice. So let's go for the chrome. I mean, to be honest, that messes with my eyes. That looks like, you know, when you're messing about with the hue saturation and you're just switching it around. It looks very odd. In fact, you know what it reminds me of? Have you seen, if anyone's seen when, yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? If anyone's seen the McLaren, the Marlboro McLaren, they did one that looked yellow. Right. Someone suggested chrome blue with the pyre. Let's see. Kind of that. I don't think the papaya works, does it, in a kind of yellowy colour? I might make it. Should I make it more orange? But what do we think for the blue? Got a few different aluminium. Chrome blue. That's pretty loud. Blue looks quite nice. Right, next suggestion then was chrome blue and orange, but I'm going to change the orange so it's not quite so. That's better, isn't it? I think that's a better orange as well. That also is quite loud. And I feel it might look quite cool to do. We won't keep this because I don't want to do them all, but that's an interesting. Oh, that's kind of that's very Golf livery. That is, I think. Oh wow! I've just looked at it on my laptop. It looks very different to what it looks here. That looks kind of green. Kind of cool. There's the chrome again. Now I've changed the orange. Still looks a bit weird because I think it just looks like the it looks too much like the Vodafone car for it to work. Right, now let's try orange car. And then there was another suggestion, orange I think it was orange, wasn't it? And then light, like a light blue. Let's just give that one a go. I mean, this is going to just look like the McLaren a bit now. I mean, this is just the pretty much just this year's McLaren now, isn't it? Not too far off. This is very much a redesign now. Looks quite similar. Nice. I mean, that just looks like this year's McLaren, kind of a slightly different take on it. Right. We'll do one more, and then I'm going to call it a day. So, suggestions. The crazier the better. Something a bit mad that hopefully looks quite good. Brawn colours. What's so like if I make the car kind of matte white, and then what, like a yellow brawn. More of a greeny yellow. Hang on. It's hard to. There we go. That looks a bit more Yeah, that's the kind of... It's hard because I'm looking at the screen as well, which looks very different. Hey Frank. Come on, you've been on every other stream, you might as well say hello again. The only problem with this now, and it's all your guys' fault, is now I want to do a modern Brawn livery right now, but I am going to go after this. But this is it's such a cool colour scheme, isn't it, the Brawn? It would have been interesting to see how they changed it. And it would look a lot cooler with new sponsors on and stuff. God, this looks awesome actually. Anyone just joining is going to go, that's not the Vodafone livery. Just for added extremeness. There we go. Change the sponsors around and that's the modern day Brawn. But yeah, you're right, it's not a McLaren now. I did have the idea actually of doing mashup liveries. So I guess this is the McLaren livery with Brawn colours, then maybe like a Renault livery with like Red Bull colours or something. That might be an interesting idea for the future. Right, let's go back to the actual Vodafone one before we finish. There we go. In fact, before I go, is anyone interested in seeing the 2 latest redesigns that I've done? Because once I've redone this McLaren, this will be my last redesign, and then I'm going to make a video. Yeah, it was well spotted, the Mercedes concept. Let me just go to home. Right, so here's our McLaren. Forgot you could do this and like render it. There we go. can't see it still though. So there we go, that's our finished Vodafone, not Vodafone McLaren, if you want to call it that. Right, here you go, I'll let you have a look. There's a little treat. So, speaking of chrome, so you may have seen that I did the White Edition Red Bull. This is a Red Bull that I did. Did a Red Bull redesign, which was chrome and blue. So kind of like the old school Red Bull colours, I guess. They did actually test a chrome and blue design, but didn't go with it. But I thought it would be interesting to see what it would look like if they did actually go for chrome and blue like the cans. So yeah, as you can see, I went a little bit mad with it, but I did have the white. I do really like the White Edition, but I did this because when I end up doing the full grid, I don't want every single car to look the same. Like I don't want every car to be either matte black or matte white. So this is the yeah, I know it's the wrong blue for the can, but I think it looks quite cool. Right, and then the Mercedes. I'll do a time-lapse video of this so you can see. But this is the Mercedes redesign that I did. A little bit of a challenge because obviously you can't do too much with the Mercedes because you want to keep it silver, obviously, because a Mercedes has to be silver. But there's the Mercedes redesign. In fact, I'll open it up in the livery editor so you can see it a little better and look around it. But yeah, I'll do a time-lapse video of this because I did actually record myself doing this. There you go. So that's the kind of, I'm a bit mad with it really, but something a bit different. I kind of want to make all the redesigns look as different as possible. There we go. Just seen that Brawn again. I really like the Brawn McLaren mashup. But I'll leave it on this to say goodbye. Seeing as this is the livery we're meant to be doing. So probably not my finished McLaren redesign. I'm going to have a mess about with it. But I think that looks pretty cool. It's like a modern take on a McLaren. Don't know if you agree. And yeah, I'm going to head off now. But thank you very much again for watching this. And yeah, let me know future suggestions. I'll upload some time lapses and stuff to this channel. I'm not sure. Hopefully do a stream next week if you guys want another one. But yeah. What would I change? I just want to make it orange, to be honest, because I want the grid to look a bit different, and I really like this design. But my Red Bull is chrome, the Mercedes is silver, the Alpha Tauri is black, the Racing Point is black, the Williams is white, the Red Bull redesign could be white. So yeah, I want to mix it up. I do want to, and then this being silver, it would just look too samey. So cool beans. All right, everyone. Thank you very much again, and yeah, speak to you all soon. Yeah, 2 liveries in one video. What a treat! A Vodafone non-McLaren and a Brawn non-Brawn. Makes sense. Cool. Alright. Cheers guys. Speak to you soon.